So let's say, for example, that someone is hiking across the country. Hypothetically speaking, it doesn't really matter why this person is doing it. Maybe his car broke down, he's just trying to get to work. Or maybe he's just enjoying nature. Or maybe he's just trying to bring attention to the gospel. Regardless, when you're out there hiking from point A to point B, sometimes it's just not going to be very comfortable. Now, sometimes it may be rainy and wet. Other times it could just be really cold or bitterly cold and windy, and maybe some snow, and lots of snow with the wind coming right into your face. And if you're hiking from point A to point B and you don't have any kind of a contact at point B, you don't know where you're going, you don't know when you're going to get there, you don't know what it's going to look like, and you don't have any money, those circumstances can come together and can cause you to be very discouraged. But on the other hand, if you do have a contact, like maybe you know some people at point B, and you've met them already face to face, and then they called you on the phone in the middle of your hike, and so as you're on your way there, you know that you have provision, you know that you have a hot shower to look forward to, you have a warm meal, you have a comfortable bed to spend the night in, you have contact. When you're hiking from point A to point B, you can put up with just about any kind of circumstance, and you're okay because you know, hey, this is temporary, I've got someplace to go. Now here's a little heads up for all of you pre-Christians out there. In a sense, that's exactly what it's like to live the Christian life. You may know some Christians that have had some amazingly horrible things happen to them in their life. From death, disease, to suffering, all sorts of pain and sorrow, and yet they're able to keep it together and keep pushing through and do it sometimes joyfully. Well, the reason why they're able to do that, it's because of our relationship with God. As a Christian, I can tolerate whatever happens in this world. And there's some pretty awful things that do happen in this world. But despite all that, I know that things are going to be okay because I have provision at point B. And so as a Christian, that's my relationship with God. I have met Him. He has called me. Hello? And I've read His book. Now the hiker, going from point A to point B, he has human provision. And so things could go wrong there. But as a Christian, I have a more sure word. All right? Now, if you check out in here, 2 Peter, Peter's actually talking to us about the voice of God. And when the voice of God came down from heaven above and said, "This is my Son, in whom I am well pleased," Peter was there. And then he goes on to say, "But we have a more sure word of prophecy." More sure than the voice of God from heaven? And so this is a more sure word of prophecy. I know what's happening at point B. I know that the provision is there. And while I prefer not to suffer, realistically I know that this is life and bad things happen. And so the rain can fall, the flood can come, the wind can blow, the snow can be really, really cold. But my house is built on the rock, and it's not going to fall. Because everything from point A to point B is just a character building journey. So if you can grasp what I'm saying to you right now, by the time this journey is over and I get to point B, hopefully you'll be there too. And that's really all I know for now. So until next time, I'm Daniel. Word. Hello.